Hello everybody, I'm Tom and you are watching me play Divinity Original Sin 2. In today's episode, we're going to go explore Kemm's estate, but before we do, I want to talk to these paladins.
I didn't think it'd be possible to make it into the consulate, but you've proven me wrong.
Inform her you cleared the consulate and the void remnants who were haunting it.
He looks at you in surprise, passing his eyes quickly over you.
Void revenants, my gods, and I thought I'd seen it all.
He stands back from you slightly, but opens his pack and rummages around inside.
I think this dialogue is identical no matter which one you talk to, which is why it's doing this.
You'll put this to good use, I think. Thank you for your help, truly.
Although her voice is spoken by, I don't
Sorry
know,
we had
whatever.
to rely on an outsider, but I'm grateful for your help.
Cool. Take animal scales, why not? The Elementalist was male, I don't know, it's weird.
Prince, the consulate no longer burns. I presume you have had a hand in this feat, and if not, please accept my gratitude in any case.
That's hilarious. I assume you had something to do with it, and if you didn't, well, thank you anyway. These two aren't fighting anymore, seemingly.
Mind your own business, would you? This is a bloody private conversation.
Excuse us, please.
It's weird that it allows you to eavesdrop on that.
My friend.
It is worth noting, though, that there's a lot of stuff in this last act that ended up being cut for time. Which means that there's some stuff that is, like, set up as a plot hook, but it never actually goes anywhere. Which is unfortunate, but it was just time constraints, effectively. This last act is nowhere near as fleshed out as the other acts, unfortunately.
Another fresh face.
Hello.
My word, the mansion's positively overrun with foreign folk on this most inauspicious of Lucian's days.
He catches himself and scrapes his throat in a brief moment of embarrassment.
I do apologize if I came across as impertinent just now, and I hope you'll forgive my unabating boldness when I assume Sir has come here in search of an audience with either Lord or Lady Kemm.
Wonder about the foreign folk you mentioned.
Oh, I meant, of course, Sir's countrymen, the lizard excellencies that have sought shelter under this esteemed roof in the aftermath of the dreadful attack that was inflicted upon the Imperial Consulate. It saddens me to say there are a number of deaths to mourn, but no doubt we all rejoice at the survival of the nobles. After all, a mere clerk is so easily replaced, wouldn't you say?
Unlike a butler, say.
As you so rightfully point out, sir, quite unlike a butler.
So you wouldn't mind an audience with the lady of the house?
Lady Kemm is having tea in the drawing room over in the north wing. I'm quite certain a person as obviously well-travelled as yourself will have no problem drifting in that general direction, should he deem it fit to do so.
Fair enough. So you want to chat with a woman named Kat. Where can I find her?
Oh, gracious, her? I truly hope you are not in cahoots with that brazen peddler. Well, she's in the dining room.
Very much like a word with Lord Kemm himself.
I'm afraid I can't accommodate you with the opportunity to have a word with Milord Kemm at this precise moment, sir. Milord left early in the morning in pursuit of business, and he hasn't yet returned.
What kind of business?
I'm not privy to the details of Milord's ventures.
I probably don't believe
but
that.
I gather his outing pertains to his office as Grand Master of the Paladins, and the ousting of certain
we've already seen this.
firebrands from the city. A most noble task, I'm sure. Unless I'm quite mistaken, in which case I once more apologize profusely, you'll most likely find Milord in the immediate vicinity of the Magister headquarters. The Magisters, in case my previous sentence lacked clarity, being the firebrands I alluded to.
I do enjoy the way he talks. He's very, it's verbose in the way he talks, but it makes everything he says incredibly clear. More people could learn to talk like that, I feel. Nevertheless, I'll be on my way.
Do please excuse me, for I've a party of dignitaries to attend to. They've an appetite for an aperitif, and the port, needless to say, does not pour itself.
Very well. There was a child running around here. Don't know where she's gone. Go in here first. Oh, that's Kat the Appraiser, so let's talk to her. There's an elven bodyguard. Hello.
I'm working here. Leave
Let
me
me
be.
be. It's a good voice.
For heaven's sake, would you please... Oh, ever so sorry. I thought you were that rotten butler about to warn me once again to take the ocular, not the tactile approach. I swear I've a mind to beat him to death with the nearest dictionary I can find.
Why is he telling you to look, not touch?
Because that little snob thinks me unworthy of being in his precious lord's mansion, appraising his precious lord's collection of antiques. Just you try judging the state of a Vadistian armoire if you're not even allowed to rummage through its drawers.
Say you've let more Lord Kemm. He strikes you more as an old warhorse than an antiquarian.
Oh, he's all blood and battle, all right. Until you show him a Ferolian snuff box or an ancient imperial fainting couch, then he's as giddy as a cat in a field of catnip. He knows very well I'm the best in the business. Asked me to value his collection personally.
Interesting. Well, I mean, she kind of already answered this question, but what are you doing here exactly?
I'm merely appraising the many antiques gathered in here in this beautiful mansion.
A roguish little smile suddenly plays upon her lips.
What else would I be doing?
So you could simply share her intentions with you, or you could tell the butler she damaged one of the antiques.
My, you do drive a hard bargain, don't you? Very well. Consider yourself invited. Now listen closely. Rumour has it that Lord Kemm's mansion is built upon a massive vault in which he hides his true valuables. His entire house is but a smokescreen for the real treasure hidden underneath. I've had no luck so far in locating this fabled vault, but if you do, I swear the entire hoard is yours. No questions asked. All I want in return for this information is a trio of curios that is said to be kept inside. The portrait of the divine, the cup of kings, and the scroll of eternity.
Interesting.
Everything else is yours.
Alright, you got a deal.
A most satisfactory arrangement.
About the trio of curios.
Did you find them?
No.
I suppose.
Other things to say, though. Anything for sale?
Highly interesting. And highly valuable. Perhaps even quite out of your league.
There's nothing out of my league.
Anything else? Come out, wherever you are.
Interesting. Gives you equalize, 5 strength, 2 polymorph retribution. It's not that good, to be perfectly honest. You have literally nothing. What are you talking about? Things out of my price range. Alright, I'm gonna take my leave. Excuse me for a second. I'm gonna cut and I'll be back. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. I had to go take care of something. But we were talking to Kat. It was actually a while since I went through. That's what I was gonna do.
Why, hello. Most certain. Anything else?
She's an appraiser who cannot identify. I find this bullshit. Nevertheless, there's a few things I want to actually identify. Also want to talk to the child that is running around here. And I guess I'll talk to these people as well. That's the butler, I don't care about him. You, house girl.
You one of those consulator lizards, or whatever they're called? You might be a guest, but you need to stay out the way, lest you want to season tonight's stew.
Fair enough.
Another one? How many more of you can Lady K possibly take in?
Good old commoners. Hello.
I saw Daddy with some weird-looking cat in the garden. I think he was even talking to it.
Huh.
He called it Archew, I
Interesting.
think. Anyway, I asked if I could pet it, but Daddy shooed me away.
It's clearly not a child's voice.
Come out, wherever you are.
Sounds like a million years old. So there's a way into the cellar. I don't think I'm going to go in there because...
Come out, wherever you are.
Well, I mean, would you like it if someone went into your cellar? I'm looking for the boy. Because they're playing hide and seek. Also, I want to go talk to Lady Kemm.
One so yearns for the calm of
How is this dreadfully crowded? There's like no one fucking in here. I guess he's talking about me. I can't find the boy, but we'll find him sooner or later, I guess.
But please,
Hey, Lady Kemm.
tell me about yourself. Oh, a fellow noble. Such a dignified carriage could belong to no other. It's a delight to greet someone of my own station. Not that I would judge these present plebeians. They are here by invitation, of course. People like them keep the city's wheels turning and its boats afloat. Magicians among us, truly. An afternoon of hot tea and warm recitations is the least I can offer them.
Ask her about the art of tea brewing. She seems well equipped for it.
Yes, indeed. Why, a lady without a proper tea set is no more useful than a party without a hostess. As long as you choose the most delicate leaves and brew at the proper temperature, you're destined for luxury. Would you care to try your hand at it? I have 3 varieties, each as aromatic as the last. I
Ask about
no doubt you could brew a delicious cup.
Ask about the first variety.
Yes, a classic green from the ancient kingdom Zia Valley. I'm sure you know the place. The plant's last week is spent in shade, which gives the leaves a sumptuous nutty flavour. Certainly.
Second variety.
Oh, I
White tea,
love
fair enough.
this white tea. It's so sweet. The buds are plucked when they're so young they've barely felt the wind. Certainly.
And the third variety.
So interesting.
Black tea.
It is pure and black, grown
Ginger
in
and
the
honey.
eroded highlands, yet you'd swear it had been mixed with ginger and honey. Certainly.
Let's go with white tea.
I should have guessed you had a sweet tooth. Enjoy this sampling. I hope you enjoy the smooth finish. Bliss.
Remark on her party. So intriguing. What can she tell you about it?
Every citizen of Arx gets at least 1 invitation to tea every year. We
Huh.
all deserve a taste of luxury from time to time, do we not? I may
Interesting.
live in a resplendent mansion, but I still share my riches, one lucky guest at a time.
It's kind of like a... I wouldn't say misplaced effort at charity. She legitimately thinks she's being charitable, but it's a bit tone deaf, I guess.
A pity. My husband couldn't make it. He has his hands full, you see. Why, I barely ever see him myself.
Like, they're the richest people in town, obviously. Like, their mansion is amazing. It's, like, bigger than the Lizard Consulate, which is saying something. And she, like... She brings every citizen around to...
Lady Kemm's bright cheeks fall, and her
See her
jaw goes
splendour?
slack. She is lost in thought for but a moment, however, and puts on a brave and regal face.
But I think you'll find present company more than adequate. Tea time is such a delight. Well, do make the most of your visit, and be sure to stroll through the gardens. I have quite a green thumb, you know. I planted every bulb and scattered every seed myself.
Interesting. Hello.
I must take advantage of the moment. We are only granted an audience by invitation.
Linda, I fear...
He has some tea.
with his
That's kind of funny. And how about you?
Perhaps he may...
Yes, quite.
Interesting.
Well, isn't this...
That's kind of funny. So they're kind of like,
You're looking well, my lady.
they're commoners, effectively, that are brought in to, like, regale in her splendor. Which is, as I said, slightly tone-deaf to the idea, but they seem to be enjoying it. And they probably get stuff out of it. They probably get favors, and they can ask for things. It's not a horrible idea. A tuft of cat fur. Hello. Interesting. So, the child there mentioned Archu, which really is Ahu, probably. Hello. Unassuming citizen. Let's give it a quick save here.
No way.
Seriously. Go. Oh,
How about one more time?
seriously.
What's this unassuming citizen doing here, eh? What's this?
The ring.
The bloom opens before your eyes, resplendent and regal. It emits a sweet, subtle scent, like that of a rose, though more intoxicating.
Continue to watch the flower.
The bloom scent ribbons towards you until it fills your nostrils. Your whole body flushes. You're sure you must be glowing, so deep does the warmth dwell.
Sorrow. Our joy shall be the God-woken sorrow. Our joy... sorrow.
This flower speaks. Ask what it means about the Godwoken.
The unusual bloom continues unabated, as if parroting someone's words rather than speaking of its own accord.
The advocate is dead. The doctor is in. The advocate. Advocate.
Continue to listen. Interesting, it's like literally like a parrot plant. Yeah, there it is, parrot plant.
The prince. Take him. The prince. Take the prince.
The flower has gone quiet.
Seriously.
The flower's sweet fragrance.
Interesting. I'm 90% sure that this guy is a demon, by the way. And literally, he will fight you, and a bunch of others spawn, and there's like a big fight with some demons. But because we've already like parlayed with the advocate, as it were, he wants our presence. They're not going to attack me because they're demons, but they're like the advocate's minions, I guess, is probably the best way of describing it. The advocate's minions. Nevertheless, let's have a look at this.
An inscription at the terrarium's base identifies its contents as a wailing mandrake, a species you've not heard of in spite of your impressive scholarship.
Examine the plant.
Not every detail is visible through the terrarium's hazed glass, but there is no missing the plant's trumpet-like blooms, perfect for catching raindrops, or insects, perhaps.
I mean, I'm gonna step away. I'm not gonna take a cutting. I mean, it's in a terrarium, and mandrake has classically been a thing that you don't necessarily want to play with. Particularly in fantasy, it's got a lot of the time is even worse. Like with I think was it Harry Potter, the mandrakes like shrieked really loudly and can make you fall unconscious or kill you. Nevertheless, let's keep having a look at all the stuff through this garden. We actually know the way into Kemm's vault, by the way, because we spoke to... who told us about that? Wendigo, maybe? Someone told us a way into his vault. I can't remember who, though.
3 owls in the enclosure stare you down blankly, fluffing their feathers and blinking in turn.
Jimmy, prithee wake thyself.
Francisco Hookbeak.
The owl, addressed as Jimmy, lies motionless on the ground, looking for all the world like he's stone cold dead.
Aye, aye, buck thyself up, Jimmy lad. We are blessed with a visitor.
Malaki Clawgood. These are fantastic names. Who came up with these names? I'll see what they do here.
Jimmy, what is it we do?
Aloysius Whitefeather.
Oh, blast and bother, Jimmy. Show some civility to our esteemed visitor, won't you?
Jimmy remains dead, uninterested in answering petty questions about the world of the living.
Kneel down and examine the prone, Jimmy.
Spying some blood on Jimmy's beak, you pry it open to investigate. Inside, you see a human finger. A few sharp tugs, and you've pulled a severed human hand loose, partially pecked. You don't need to be a genius to surmise that Jimmy choked on his dinner.
Sir, quit thy poking and prithee leave yon Jimmy alone. Our lad will ruffle up his feathers in his own sweet time.
Mention that Jimmy appears to be, dead.
Deceased? Bunkum, sweet Jimmy is just resting his eyes. Sir must be aware that one often needs a small nap after a large dinner, and Jimmy just ingested a banquet.
Pick up the half-chewed severed hand.
As you gingerly pack the rotting appendage in your backpack, you have occasion to wonder, Not for the first time on this journey. What in the void am I doing?
You gotta love it when the narrator is questioning your actions. Say that happy is the owl who feasts well. Who is their generous benefactor?
Kemm! Lord Kemm! Finest paladin in all the land!
This is War Owls.
A beak never goes empty for long in Kemm's house.
I'll take my leave.
Very well. We'll tell Jimmy you stopped by.
They seem to be very nice owls. You alive, Hello, Jimmy. Spirit of Jimmy.
The spirit of the owl, known as Jimmy, hops heavily from claw to claw, squinting up at you over his bulging, fluffy cheeks.
I don't know what just happened, but I do know that I can't taste anything. And that is the worst feeling in the whole world.
This is awkward. You're, well, you're dead.
The owl's eyes go wide and round as his roly-poly body.
What? What? No more treats from Kemm? No more tasty treats?
Ask if the severed hand he choked to death on was one of these tasty treats.
Indeed. And quite delicious it was too. Kemm always liked me the best. He gave me lots of treats like that.
That's why he was the fattest.
Others with their fancy names, he never gave them treats like me.
I'm not going to consume the sauce with this poor owl. I will, however, search Jimmy's body.
Another visit? Jimmy! Jimmy!
You guessed it. Jimmy is dead as a doornail.
Oh, he sure did eat a big dinner. Alicia's.
Fare thee well!
Okay. I don't know if they'll allow me to...
Another visit?
You guessed.
Oh, he sure.
Fare thee...
They're not going to allow me to, loot his corpse. Unfortunate, but what you gonna do? We do have a severed hand, however, which means what I can do is put this on, which allows me to turn into an elf. Look at that, I'm an elf. Which allows me to eat this hand.
You slink through Kemm's mansion with the alacrity that comes with years of thievery. You arrive in the garden unseen and lay your eyes on the pool. It's just as you hoped. The pool is dry. You enter the basin and reach for the hatch, but a shadow looms over you. A paladin. You smile. You have a story ready for this very situation, yet when you open your mouth, no words spill forth. A blade swings, and your hand hits the ground with a thump.
Interesting. So, seemingly... Thank you. So seemingly, he just immediately murdered a thief. Which says something, doesn't it? Owl Mistress,
The
Ify.
elegant owl mistress glances up at you from her papers, a harried look on her face. She nods an abrupt greeting.
Yes?
Give her the bad news. One of her owls is dead.
I doubt it. That's probably just Jimmy taking a nap. That fat owl. He eats a lot. Poor lad hasn't been able to fly properly in months. Lord Kemm feeds him too many treats. And who am I to stop him?
Ask her what she's doing.
Can't you smell the fine aroma of owl shit? This is the owlry.
Fair
Lord
enough.
Kemm's communications link with the rest of Rivellon. Right now, I'm sending my fluffy friends to mobilize paladins to readiness. War is imminent. But Lord Kemm's a good leader, a good man. He'll protect us. I'm sure of it. I suppose he sent you for the latest news?
Tell you you're keen to know what's happening in the world. What can she tell you?
Rivellon's a big place, darling. And all of it in a shambles. Where exactly do you want to know about?
Fort Joy.
We haven't heard anything from Fort Joy in a good long time. Ever since a group of renegade sorcerers escaped, killing Bishop Alexander in the process.
I guess that would be the news that they have, really, isn't it?
I'm no fan
It's not
of
actually what
magicians,
happened,
not
but...
anymore. But I can't help but think that Alexander's death was unfortunate. Dallas is only making everything worse.
Yeah, Alexander was kind of just a puppet for Dallas anyway. News of Driftwood.
I intercepted some Magister communications from there a while ago. Seems like their Voidwoken problems have decreased lately. But they're not quite sure why.
All my doing. Ancient Empire.
Well, that's no surprise. Your kind of all three houses riled up in a frenzy. The House of Dreams are communing with dead warriors. The House of Lore drawing up new maps for after the war.
Interesting.
And the House of War? Well, the House of War are in their element.
And they're at war. And the Dwarven Kingdom.
The biggest
Queendom.
news of the Dwarven Queendom is usually the location of the Queen. And guess what? Queen Justinia is here in Arx. She's staying right here in Lord Kemm's mansion. Good luck out there. You'll need it. We all will.
Alright. Owl Mistress. I'm gonna keep going around. We're sitting like 25 minutes. I'm gonna probably explore the entirety of the outside of this mansion. And maybe head up and even explore in the mansion. Might be an idea. I think there's actually a fight from memory. There's like a plant up here that will attack you. It's weird. But from memory, there is like a fight that you can do here. Hello.
The frog blinks slowly, considering you with shrewd and beady eyes. After a pointed pause, he opens his mouth, flicking his tongue out to catch an unfortunate fly right from the tip of your boot.
Another blow-in. And this used to be such a nice neighborhood.
Swallow your pride and ask him why it's so bad around here.
Well, where should I start? Lethal plants is pretty high on the list. Not to mention kids rampaging in the pool, splashing about, doing Lucian knows what underwater, and scaring all the flies away. I tell you, I've had quite enough. Quite.
I don't know what it is about naming this frog Leonard, but it just makes it funnier for some reason.
With that, the frog turns his back to you with disdain.
Sorry, Leonard. As he said there, lethal plants.
As you near the garden, the rustling of leaves and branches turns to an insidious murmur. The closer you listen, the clearer the whispers become.
Source in the air. He must be near. Kemm. The doctor sends his regards.
Intriguing.
Has some explaining to do.
I mean, it's a Drama League. We know that. He's a dick. Nothing new, really. I assume these guys are weak to fire damage. They're not, actually. Interesting. How about these ones? No, they're not. Intriguing. Well, in any case, I think getting up high is probably a good option. And then probably teleporting them together? Like, they should be relatively easy to absolutely destroy. Just because of how ridiculously powerful I am at this point in the game. But, you know. I saw a spot here that I could land one and hit both. There we go. Interesting. Right. So water damage is the wrong choice. I'm missing a spell here. What am I missing? I'm missing Fire Breath is what I'm missing. Huh. I don't really know what to do here, because without me... Let's swap these guys so they're out of line of sight, and then end my turn. I can't do much. I mean, it's overgrown, which means it does more damage, apparently. You know what? Fuck y'all. That'll work. Just waste source. That's probably the easiest way to do this, isn't it? Searing daggers. 1, 2, 3. Oh, interesting. They heal off poison damage by the look of it. Immune to wet. Good old necrofire. Okay. Yeah, I don't know exactly what to do here. Let's equalize these two. Cool. And then... I guess let's just do, like... Thunder damage should still work, right? What does Overgrow do to this thing? Damage, it restores 505 vitality per turn, remove curse status or necrofire. Okay. So I want to set it on necrofire effectively. I should be able to do that by spreading, if I can aim a fireball well enough. I didn't aim a fireball well enough. Let's do a flame whip. Critical, he's burning, but not on necrofire. It's worth noting that I'm in some problems here. I'm gonna put evasion on myself. Source does some damage, that's for damn sure. That apparently didn't hit him, which I call bullshit on. I've stunned this guy, so it's just these two left, so I may as well do some damage on this one. Cool, and then spontaneous combustion. And I guess lightning damage, because what else am I going to do? See, rain would make him overgrow. But it would also stun him. I think I just end turn though. Cool, he's dead. Cool, dead plants. I want my source back. Also, let's do source vision just in case these things are actually, I was gonna say real. They're obviously real, but if they're actually like have souls, my assumption is that they're actually just created, as it were. I mean, it has some shit, which is cool. What is this flower? What are you? Hot kettle fruit. I mean, I'll take it. There's also a malignant oak here. Let's eat that. That should... Nope. Cancel, cancel, cancel. No! I wasted a source point there, but what you gonna do? I thought I'd switch characters. I had not switched characters. Whatever. I'll be able to get source on Lusa, I'm sure. Alright, so we've done that fight now. Have a look around here. There's a letter.
He will not allow the king to rule unchallenged.
Intriguing. Purple pouch. Peculiar seed. I'm actually going to take the purple pouch. There is also a letter here. Son against father. Which we've already read, I believe. Also Guide to Arcs. Which I don't really think I need, but good to know it's there. There's also an area down here that I kind of want to jump down to and have a look at. But let's look at these first. Guide to Arcs. Among these, the many recommendations the city guide makes is a visit to the Kemm Gardens, which is a bloom with rare flowers and foliage, some with quite unusual properties. Sadly, it seems an invitation from Lady Kemm may be required, which we already have, nicely. I don't care about this. This is my books. It is my books. Son Against Father, we've read before. It's about Lucian and his son. And then we have a letter. My lady, I hope my letter finds you well, and that my messenger has not intruded too greatly. I have heard of your magnificent garden, and I've had several seeds I cultivated long ago, and could make an excellent addition to your collection. I suggest your husband, the wise and virtuous Linda Kemm, tend to them himself. With no offence meant, their care requires a surgical touch that only a man of his training can provide. Please do inform me once they bloom. Perhaps I may travel to your garden personally to admire the results. Yours, the Doctor. Interesting. So clearly the Doctor is trying to kill her. For what purpose? We don't really know. But clearly he is trying to kill her. Can we hop down here? We can. Is there any reason to hop down here? Seemingly not. There's a chest over here. And there's an area over here too. I guess there is maybe a reason to come over here. Let's have a look. We're now sitting at 37 minutes. How the game flies by when you're doing stuff. Don't really care about most of this stuff. Interesting. There's also a teddy bear here. I guess I just wait. I would come down here with Losa so she can hop over, but it's easier to leave Losa up there because then I can travel back with the pyramid. Apparently I could have walked over that, which is just annoying. Unusually beautiful yarrow flower.
What an unusually large yarrow.
Intriguing. I don't know why all of these flowers I can get, but apparently I can. Okay, so nothing really here except an unusually large yarrow flower. Alright, let's go back to Losa. Hello, parrot plant.
The flower is withered. You bend to smell the bloom, but it has no discernible scent.
Touch the petals.
The moment you finger the silky flower, icy darkness pierces your heart. The chill freezes your bones, then rushes free, leaving a single word etched within you. God-woken. The flower's beauty is betrayed by your memories of its sharp touch.
Interesting. So I've nearly completely explored this place. We have a few more places to go. Notably, that up here, nothing really. There's a big lion statue. There's a gap in the wall here, which is interesting. Presumably how our thief got in that we saw got killed. Another parrot flower over here.
The water rises and falls on Lord Kemm's command.
This is a really annoying plant to have in you if you have anyone who's, if you're doing anything like that could be spied upon.
The flower's beauty is betrayed.
What's this? I found something.
Well, look at that. The water is drained.
See what Kemm was hiding.
We have a fast travel point here too, which is nice. We never found Ahu. Clearly not here yet. I do want to go talk to Lady Kemm about this plant that was in the back of her garden.
When not in flower, it barely stinks at all.
Interesting, they're growing blood rose. It is pretty impressive how many incredibly rare plants they do have in this place. But let's go talk to Lady Kemm and then head upstairs. I want to explore everything I can. This will probably be a relatively long episode, and not a whole lot happened in this relatively long episode, but nonetheless.
Well, hello again.
Confront her about the attack in the garden.
Oh, but you seem to be a bit feverish. Violent plants, that's simply impossible. Those seeds were a gift from the doctor himself. As exotic as these symptoms you've presented with, I dare say. Perhaps you should see him, dear. Something is clearly ailing you.
Do be careful not to break anything good. What better way to spend
Indeed. She thinks I'm crazy now. So I accomplished that. Let's go upstairs. I'm just looking at everything here that I could potentially steal. I'm probably not gonna steal it, but you know, it's there in case I want to. Ooh, dog. Hello, dog.
I bit the master Kemm, I did. I could have sworn it was another man in a master suit, but it weren't. Now I'm in the doghouse like the humans say.
Scratch behind his ears and speak calmly. You're sure he meant no harm?
Oh, I couldn't help it. I swear. It Kemm all smelled like when the garden man cuts down a decayed tree, like he was using flowers to hide the rots. Only nudging and tail wag the next time, I promise. No licking, though. I don't want to taste the rot again.
Interesting. Incredibly interesting. So this here is presumably Kemm's room. I may sneak my way in there in a second. But first, let's go in here, because we can talk to Queen Justinia. Hello.
Lady Kemm has been kind enough to host me until I can return to the kingdom. I vow to take greater care in whom I trust. I must seek to avoid further tragedy than we have already seen.
Share the news of Kemm's allegiances to the God King.
Kemm? Linda Kemm? All the better that he's avoiding poor Lena like the porcine plague, then. This rot has infected the very
Same
soil
word.
we tread and the air we breathe. I must not let it reach the kingdom.
About the Queen's plans.
Yes? What about them?
Press her about Isbiel. What was her role in the kingdom?
She was a scientist of sorts, or so the town criers chanted.
Oh, we've already asked all these.
When we came
It's
to
repeated
Arthel,
stuff. This is clearly the children's room that they're holding her up in. Key to Lady Kemm's chest. Just gonna... Hey, you want to come here and talk to her?
Lady Kemm has been kind.
Good find.
Farewell.
Yeah, I'm out here. What? There's been a burglary. No, there hasn't. It's not even your shit. Give it a quick save here. I could sneak my way in here. Something I could do. Gonna be difficult though. But there's gonna be information in here. Clearly there's gonna be information in here. Alright, let's try this. Let's talk to the dog here.
I'll keep my teeth.
Cool. Well, I made it in here. Ornate chest. Just pick the lock. Resist all potion is nice. I don't necessarily want to steal that shit though. I'm more interested in looking in here.
I've spotted something.
Huh. Really? Journal. No. Key to the bedroom chest, which I don't care about. I don't necessarily want the painting. Yeah. Journal, on the other hand. Damn it. Damn it all. Someone's gone and taken the second Passion of Lucian from the garden vault. Probably one of those filthy little hooligans skulking in the sewers. How they found the entrance beneath the garden, I may never know, but one thing is clear. I've got at least one pair of eyes trained on me. Bloody rascals. That painting was my pride and joy, a masterpiece in its own right, and a most elegant way of accessing the lower vault. Besides, once the appraiser's finished at work, I'll look into additional security measures. Interesting. Good to know. So apparently this painting here is part of a key, which I forgot about, and literally until I just read it there. So kinda good that I read it, really. Yoink. So yeah. We out. We out of 500. Apparently I'm allowed in here. Hello, Lady Rio.
My esteemed lord, the Red Prince. You should speak to Lady Vikra, your highness. She has been eagerly anticipating your arrival.
Really? That you? No, that's Lady Omit.
My. Unless I've gone
Lord
quite
Omit, rather.
colorblind, you must be the Red Prince. The lizard consulate is gone, I'm afraid. All that survives of it is what I managed to take with me. Care to see what I have? Perhaps we can make an arrangement.
What do you got on offer?
Best to sell anything of value. The voice of the ancient empire must still
The
be
Silent
heard in
Path,
Orcs,
that
and
looks
will require
impressive.
gold.
It silences you, interestingly. Which means it's not very good. Last one standing, give skin graft and 3 finesse, 5 memory. That's pretty damn cool. I don't think better than what she's got. Arguable. Yeah, very arguable, actually. For now, I assume you're a high-level appraiser? You are indeed. I can appraise all my shit. Okay, so that's everything appraised. Let's sell the stuff that I don't need, like all these spears and daggers. That's a pretty good wand. I may use that. Don't need any of these. All this cat hair, or this log, or that, or this. Or this. Or thunderstorm. Flaming tongues I might use. Poison wave, probably not. Sell this, sell this. He does not have much money, it's worth noting. However, he does have this. Sure. Ask about the consulate. What happened?
It was quite terrible and wonderful, my prince. Slaughter. Death. Opportunity. We were gathered there in anticipation of Lucian's Day when the Red Princess walked in, accompanied by no other than Bramos the Wanderer. We knew not who she was, but Bramos told us the tale of the Red Majesties and how they would engender the return of the great Red Dragons. No sooner had we fallen to our knees in reverence than the ground shook, monsters howled for blood, and fires raged around us. Many a great noble perished in that sudden hell. As for myself, I'm glad I survived long enough to collect what treasures I could, as the Red Princess would surely have wished. Surely you might find something useful among them?
I love this. Surely she would have liked me to loot. Seems rather indifferent about the events at the consulate.
Oh, it was devastating, to be sure. But what good does mourning do for either the living or the dead? I found a spot of fortune in the flames. It would be wrong to squander it, yes?
Wonder what his fellows would think if they knew he was looting from them during a moment of crisis.
Our consulate may be gone, but I will not let us be reduced to utter beggars. I merely do what is necessary to fund our ongoing diplomatic efforts.
Sure. Nevertheless, I got to sell a few things there. I may want to sell some more. Let's have a look at these pants. I don't think they're better than what she's got. No, they're pretty much on par with what she's got. How about this ring? Pyro, Hydro, Necro is pretty good. Arguably better than Scoundrel Necro. Arguably better. Circle of Suns. Fire resistance Pyro and gives you flaming skin. It's pretty cool. I don't think it's better than what we've got though, so we're going to sell it. This one here, I think, is probably just straight up better than what she has. Let's sell that. And then this one here, which gives Wits, Geomancer, Summoning, Bartering, and Leadership. I mean, it's hard to give up 5 intelligence. Let's see the Red Prince. What do you got? Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to keep it, but I don't think I'm going to wear it. You have a key thing, right? Yeah. Put your key in here. Interesting. Anyway, Lady Vikra, last one.
When the noblewoman spots you, a mixture of awe and relief lights up her face.
My word! The Red Prince! It really is you! I have a message for you, my lord, from Sadha herself. She managed to elude her Black Ring captors and make it to the safety of our consulate here in the city, only to be attacked by Voidwoken. The Dreamers promised to take her into the Sanctuary of Dreams, but before following them, she bid me seek shelter here, await your arrival, of which she was certain, and tell you that she, in turn, awaits you, together with your offspring.
Tell her that Sada is alive and well, her safety is assured.
And you, of course, assured it. All will hear of your heroism, O Prince of Princes. One day soon, you'll wake with a crown upon your brow.
Not only that, I'm gonna be a god. Alrighty then. So, we've explored this place to my liking. So we can head downstairs. And that's going to be it for this episode, I think. Next episode, I want to get somewhere appropriate. Next episode, we're going to go down underneath this well here. But that's going to be it for this episode. So if you liked the video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And as always, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time for more Divinity Original Sin 2. Bye, guys.